Hi everybody, welcome back. Colin here. Today's project's going to be a scratch project and it's called balloons. Let's get coding. So heading over to Raspberry Pi projects, and I'll put a link in the instructions, and I'm going to go to projects, software, scratch, and there's a whole load of stuff here we can do, but this one here I looked at this morning looked interesting. We're going to make a game where we're going to pop balloons by clicking on them. So if I press the green flag, we get a whole load of balloons appear and we're going to pop them. Our score's going up. There's a timer counting down how many can I do in how many seconds it was to begin with. But it looks like I can still carry on playing. So let's just do them all. And that's what we'll be building today. So looking at the instructions, we're going to go to a new online Scratch project. And I'll do what I normally do and drag that screen down, Windows right arrow key, come back to the other window, Windows left arrow key, squidge that one over, and that's us set up for the game, making the game. So the first thing we're going to do is delete the scratch sprite, the cat sprite. So just press the delete button, that's him gone. Add a new balloon sprite and a suitable stage. So pick any stage you like. I'm going to look for a balloon. So there's only one, so we'll take that balloon there and add a backdrop. Let's have a beach. I think I'd like a sunny beach today. A Malibu beach. That's all right. And there's some code here to add to our balloon. Let's have a quick look at what costumes our balloon's got. Our balloon's got 3 different costumes, which represents 3 different colors. Okay, so back to my code tab, and we're going to add a forever loop on that. So when the green flag is clicked, motion, go to a certain position. So go to 0, 0, which is exactly in the middle. Point in direction 45. Point. So go to 0, 0 in the middle of the screen. We're going to point in direction 45. So point in direction, change that to 45. And a forever loop, forever loop with a move 1 step if on edge bounce option. So that's a forever loop. Motion, move 1 step. And if on edge bounce, let's just test that. Well, our balloon's got a little bit of a kink to it. If that's not fast enough for you, you can change the number there. And our balloon's going round in circles, which we're just going to fix in a minute. If you want to make your balloon go faster, just change this number here. So if I change that to 8, it goes whizzing all over the page. But balloons are slow movers, so I'm just going to stick a 1 in there. Have you noticed that when the balloon flips as it moves, we need to change the rotation style so it doesn't rotate, and that's under looks, I think. That's under motion, so it's set rotation style. Not to rotate. Okay, so our balloon now nicely stays in the vertical position and just floats gently on Malibu Beach. Let's sign in. I'm going to save this as balloons, and I'll share that with you also at the end. Okay, so now we're going to create some random balloons. So we're going to add a bit of code here that says pick a random position between, let's say, x and y minus 150, 150. Okay, so it's going to create an area in the middle of the screen where the balloons will appear. Go to random is here, so I want two of those. Minus 150, 150. Duplicate that. I'm just going to pop that into my code block there. Go to x minus 150, 150. Stop, press the green flag. We should see the balloon starts in a different position each time I press the green flag, which it does. So the we can even use a random number to choose a random balloon color each time. Do we need a hint? Let's have a look at look. I'd say it was that one, and I'm going to duplicate one of those, pop that in there. I think colors are between 0 and, don't quite understand how colors can be numbers, but just two numbers like we've got here. But let's just see what happens now. Press the green flag, and we get a different colored balloon each time we press the green flag. So they're inviting us to experiment where we put that change color effect. So the way I've got that set up at the moment, so the balloon changes color each time a new one is created. But if I moved it inside my loop there, the balloon just constantly changes color. Which one do you prefer? I prefer that one, where it's just when the balloon is created. Yep. So there's another challenge here. Can we make our balloon start by pointing in a random direction between minus 90 and 180? Well, that sounds easy enough. If I duplicate that random block there and change that to minus 90 and plus 180, and instead of it being 45 there, put that in there, press stop. Doesn't seem to make a difference. Don't think that works because we've set the rotation style to don't rotate. Anyway, we've got a balloon now that changes colours. Right, so let's allow the player now to pop balloons. So we're going to paint a new costume for our balloon. So we'll get rid of these other costumes we've got on here now. And we're just going to make a new one that looks like what's on the screen at the moment. So it'll be a new costume. So we'll come down to the costume button here, and we're just going to paint a new one. And we're going to grab a paintbrush and we're going to change the color to black, and we'll just put some wiggle lines on there like that. Actually, it might be a bit too thick. Yeah, probably a little bit too thick, so let's undo. Come back to my costume here. Undo, undo, undo. No, it doesn't work, so we've got to use the eraser. I'm just going to rub those out. I'm going to set my pen size to 2. Back to my paintbrush. Even that looks a little bit too big. I'll change the paintbrush size by clicking up here. That's better. Right. So I'm going to select the paintbrush. I'm going to set my brush size. It was on 10 down to 3. And now when I draw some lines here like this, we get it's a bit like a spider. But if we flick between our two costumes, we can see that we've got the effect of a balloon popping. And let's call this second one here Burst. Let's see. So we need to make sure when we start the game that our balloon isn't showing as popped like it is at the moment. So we go back to our balloon. We're on a balloon, and we're going to add some code in on our code tab to say switch to costume. Looks switch to costume. Balloon A1, and at least then it will always start with that. And then we're adding another block of code here that says when this sprite is clicked. An event when this sprite is clicked, switch costume to burst. Switch costume to burst, and play sound pop. Got pop in our library at the moment, so we can just go to sound, play sound pop, or start sound pop. Right, does that work as we expect? That's worked for the making it pop, but it's still staying on the screen. So we need to wait a few seconds and then hide it. So that's a control, wait, 0.3 seconds, and then hide. And I know that if I hide something, I need to make sure I show it again when it restarts, or else it will just keep hidden. Let's press stop, let's go. Click on the balloon, it pops. Okay, it seems to be working. Okay. At the moment, we've only got one balloon, but we're going to be doing some creating some clones. Let's add a variable now that counts the score. So on the balloon code, when the green flag is clicked, we're going to add another event when the green flag is clicked. So that's like initializing it. Set score. So we need to create a variable. Make a variable called score. And we're going to set that variable to 0 when the green flag is clicked. We're going to make sure it's shown. And we're going to switch to, why are we doing that? Oh, we're adding, actually we're just adding that into this bit of code here, aren't we? That's what they're telling us to do there. Yeah, so I can get rid of those. Let's just test that. Our score's not changing because we haven't coded the score change yet, but we're going to add that into this second block here. And the variables, we're going to change score by 1. So now we should see our score go up when we press the game, start the game. Okay, that seems to be doing what we want it to do. Right, now we're going to create lots of balloons. We could just do a right click on our sprite here and just create lots of them that way, but we can use the clone option. So our instructions are drag your balloon when flag clicked to a new when I start as clone. Okay, so we're going to get an event when I start as clone. Actually, it's there under control. When I start as clone, and we're going to drag everything from show there down onto there. So we've got initial routine that sets the score to 0, and we've got when I start as a clone. And within our little bit of code up here, we're going to create a loop that creates a whole load of clones. So we need to add a hide, and then we're going to repeat 20 times. Repeat. You can do this any number of times, but we're going to go for 20. Create a clone of myself. So that's create a clone of myself. And there's one more change to make, and that is on this side over here, instead of hiding the balloon, we're going to delete the clone. So we have 3 blocks of code there. Now we can test it. Green flag. Oh, look, lots of balloons have appeared. Excellent. So next thing to do is add a timer. So we're going to create a variable called time. And we need to initialize that to 0. But we're going to add this code onto our stage. So I'm going to click on the stage, and then I'm going to code the timer variable on my stage. So when the green flag is clicked, variable set variable time to 0. Repeat until time equals 0. So it's a control. Repeat. We want one of those operators in there, and a variable. Repeat until time equals 0. Wait 1 second. Change time by -1, so that's going to send the time down. Oh, -7, -1. And then we're going to add a stop all. So this loop will go around 10 times for 10 seconds. So put 10 in there. And after 10 seconds, the game stops. Stop all. Control. Stop all. We can have a large readout on our timer. So if I pop that up there. And test our game. Green flag. Oh. Change time by -1. Stop. Something's not right. What have I done wrong? And just check the code there. When green flag is clicked, set time to 10. Repeat time. Wait 1 second. Change time by -1. Stop all. Okay. Something is causing us a problem. So the something that's causing a problem is the stop all. I'm not sure why, but let's just our timer's not working. So let's when the green flag is clicked, set time to 10. Repeat. Oh, look, I picked the wrong repeat loop in. I picked the wrong repeat loop there, didn't I? So I had to repeat until. There we go. Get the operator again. Variable time equals 0, and then stop all. Right. A little bit of a bun fight going on with variables there. Press the green flag. That's better. My timer's going down. Oh, I got 17 in 10 seconds. So it's a challenge for you. Can you add more objects to your game? That should be reasonably easy, I think, to do. So if I was going to add more objects to my game, different types of objects, I could duplicate that, and that would duplicate all the code. And then I can go to my costumes and just change the costume there by clicking on the balloon. Choose a costume. Let's put some beetles on. And if I get rid of that balloon there, and on my code here for balloon 2, I need to change it to beetle, set it to beetle. And now I think I should have beetles and balloons. There we go. Oh, it's really busy. And of course, you could make the game harder by, if you click a beetle or with your other object, you could take points off of your game. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that game. Very quick and easy, I hope. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Over and out. Bye.